Michigan is falling out of reach.
Just in New Hampshire.
Here's New Hampshire. Joe Biden is up 13 points in New Hampshire, a state that was close 4 years ago, a state that Donald Trump was going to have a rally at in Portsmouth a few weeks ago, but had to cancel, according to state party officials, talking to reporters because of a lack of interest. They couldn't get people to his rally there, so they blamed it on the weather, despite the fact it was sunny that day. And again, this is not complicated, Republicans.
No.
You have a president that's on the wrong side of every issue on the coronavirus. You have the president, and I know some of you still keep defending him. I don't know why. You've got a president who's on the wrong side of race. Look at the polls. Don't listen to me. Don't believe me just because I've been a conservative about 25 years longer than Donald Trump has been in the Republican Party. You look at issues where he's talking about moving the election and rigged elections. Again, that's for the conspiracy theorists on Facebook. This guy is leading you to ruin. I've been saying it for 4 years, 4.5 years. In February of 2016, I wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post, one of many op-eds saying that Donald Trump is going to lead your party to ruin. Now, you didn't listen to me. You don't have to listen to me. I mean, if you want to be led to ruin, that's totally fine. But right now, you look at the poll numbers in Pennsylvania, you look at the poll numbers in Michigan, you look how Republican senators are doing in Maine, you look at how Republican senators are doing in Arizona, how they're doing in Colorado, how they're doing in North Carolina, how they're doing in traditionally red states. How's Donald Trump doing in Texas? Ted Cruz even is admitting that Texas is up for grabs, and for good reason. The last 4 or 5 polls in Texas show, in the Lone Star State, it's tied. I mean, there's a Dallas Morning News poll that shows Joe Biden up by 5 points. But Republicans, this is your guy that you've been embracing for the past 4.5 years.
Enabling.
This is your guy that you've been making apologies for, that you're still making apologies for, despite the fact his own intel agencies told him, and his own White House staff told him back in March, we have to do something about Vladimir Putin putting bounties on the heads of young American troops in Afghanistan. And he's done nothing. You've said nothing. Are you surprised he's losing by 13 points in New Hampshire with that record? Are you surprised in Pennsylvania what's happening? Are you surprised that Florida's slipping away because 150,000 Americans are dead and Donald Trump is still talking about hydroxychloroquine because he's still retweeting conspiracy theories and people that talk about demon DNA, mocking masks? I know you're not surprised, so what are you going to do? Do you really want this guy at the top of your ticket in November? I know you don't. So what are you going to do? Barry Goldwater in 1974 got off his ass, went to the other side of Pennsylvania Avenue, and told Richard Nixon it was time to go. Do you have the courage to do that? Last 4 years would suggest that you don't. But I will just say, at the end of July 2020, the same thing I warned you about in February of 2016, before Super Tuesday, that Donald Trump will lead to the end of the party of Abraham Lincoln. Maybe not this week, maybe not this month, maybe not even this election, but it's coming, and your window is closing. And I'll just end by saying this. We had epidemiologists on this show. We had doctors on this show. We had health experts on this show back in March. And they kept saying the same thing. We have to act now on the coronavirus or the window is closing. We could have 50,000 deaths in America. We have 75,000, 100,000, 150,000 people. The window is closing. And we kept saying it. The epidemiologists kept saying it. The doctors kept saying it. The scientists kept saying it. Dr. Fauci kept saying it. Donald Trump kept ignoring it. You kept quiet. And here we are at 150,000. God help us. We don't know how high that number is going to go now. So maybe you didn't care about that. Maybe you didn't care about a pandemic sweeping across America. But you care about your own political career. You care about your own political party. Understand, the window is closing. The time is drawing near when you go past the point of no return. Are you going to walk down to the White House? Are you going to get in your car, go to the White House, and tell Donald Trump that it's time for him to go? It's your choice. If you don't, let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to lose the election. You're going to lose the Senate. You're going to lose the House. You're going to lose in 2024. And yes, you're going to have a lot of time to complain about Democrats running this country for the rest of your adult life. But it's your call. Maybe it's worth blindly following a Democrat who contributed to Hillary Clinton 7-8 times, who contributed to Charlie Rangel, who contributed to Anthony Weiner, who contributed to Elliot Spitzer, who contributed to Kamala Harris. Now, isn't this going to be exciting? If Joe Biden picks Kamala Harris, you will have Donald Trump running against a vice president that he contributed to in 2014. 2014. Not like 1998, 1999, when he was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein with a bunch of women.
Young girls.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, young girls.
Young.
Yeah, not back then when he was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein and partying with Jeffrey Epstein in Florida. No, this was like 2014. He gave money to Kamala Harris. That's who you are going to turn your political future over to? Your choice. But let me tell you, if you don't speak up and speak out now, take it from a conservative to a former conservative, your future